Welcome. I'm Christine Valters Paintner, and you're listening to Morning Prayer for the Love of Thousands prayer cycle, created by Abbey of the Arts, a virtual monastery and global community. Visit us online for more contemplative and creative resources.
Day 6, Morning Prayer, Cosmology, Myth and Song. As bird song streams through the morning air, we remember the songs our ancestors sang, the stories they told, the way they searched for meaning in their lives. We know these things like a native tongue, threading through our own longings. Guide us this day to hear the wisdom still echoing across the generations.
I hear the voice of my grandmother calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother call. She says, wake up, children, wake up, listen, 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 listen. May the rivers all run wild, may the mountains go unspoiled, may the air be clean, may the trees grow tall. May there be love for every mother and child, may there be love for every woman and man, may there be love for every being in the wild. I hear the voice of my grandmother calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother call. She says, give birth, give life, mother, give birth, give life. Listen, 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 listen. May the rivers all run wild, may the mountains go unspoiled, may the air be clean, may the trees grow tall. May there be love for every mother and child, may there be love for every woman and man, may there be love for every being in the wild. I hear the voice of my grandmother calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother call. She says, stand in your power, people, stand in your power. Listen, 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 listen. May the rivers all run wild, may the mountains go unspoiled, may the air be clean, may the trees grow tall. May there be love for every mother and child, may there be love for every woman and man, may there be love for every being in the wild. I hear the voice of my grandmother calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother call. Listen, 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 listen.
The first reading is from Sandra Easter. Coming into a more conscious relationship with the ancestors is a homecoming, a return to origins, to a way of knowing, seeing, and being in relationship with the world that has been and is part of our collective inheritance.
O justice, open my lips, and my mouth will declare your praise. O justice, open my lips, and my mouth will declare your praise.
Psalm 139.
Searched me and know me, Holy Lord, know when I sit and rise. You're acquainted with my ways, where I go and where I lie. You know each word completely before Search me, O God, and know my heart, know every anxious thought, and lead me on the path of your everlasting way.
Glory to the Maker, Lover, and Keeper, as a go in this breath and will be ever. Amen. Amen.
The second reading is from the letter to the Colossians. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace. And be thankful. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts.
You're invited to enter into 3 minutes of silence. We offer prayers now for all that is in our hearts. Timeless One, the memory of the cosmos is long and holds the stories of our ancestors. When we feel trapped in the limitations of our own narratives, help us reach out to the wisdom of generations who shared the same search for meaning, love, and joy. May we find strength in looking to what came before and gain support for the journey ahead. O God of love, speak to us through story. O God of love, speak to us through story.
Speak to us through story.
God of sorrow and joy, our collective inheritance is filled with toxic patterns affected by war, famine, plague, racism, and the everyday slights that wear us down. And yet there is hope. Our collective memory is also filled with song and dance, laughter and love. Give us the courage to face the ancestral trauma unwillingly housed in our bodies, so that as we do this work, we are empowered to disrupt toxic cycles and become a healing balm for this generation and the generations to come. O God of love, speak to us through story. O God of love, speak to us through story.
Speak to us through story.
Mother of creation, we are but threads in the tapestry of life. Our ancestors and siblings are human and more than human. May we hear the song of salmon and badger, honeysuckle and sweetgrass as clearly as the beating of our own hearts. As we recognize our kinship with all the earth, help us to be faithful stewards of the land and its inhabitants, knowing we are not sovereign, but participants in this great matrix of being. Inspire us to care for one another. O God of love, speak to us through story. O God of love, speak to us through story.
Speak to us through story.
Please add the prayers you're longing to express. O God of love, speak to us through story. O God of love, speak to us through story.
Speak to us through story.
There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of women with wings. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation of children who sing. There's a river of birds in migration, a nation tree. Apple bough and silver bells, weaving the stories of unity. Following, following the river home. I'm following the river home. O'er misty mountains cutting through stone. I'm following the river home. Region of blessing, Windaya home. I'm following the river home. Following, following the river home. I'm following the river home. Ancestor dreams, a journey of soul. We're singing the salmon back home. We're singing the salmon back home. Hey ya, skookum chuck, clean strong water flowing. Forest, river, ocean, tide, oh, let salmon live. Oh, let wisdom live. Following, following the river home. I'm following the river home. Waters of life, heart of the trees. We're singing our beauty back home. Mother Nature, wild and free. We're singing our beauty back home. Following, following the river home. I'm following the river home. Earth and sun, moon and stars. I'm following the river home. Following the river home. Following the river home. Following the river home. Following the river, following the
This blessing comes as an ancient story of how your people made sense of the world through famine, wars, plagues, and times of abundance and celebration. How they sang and danced, their cries, their joys, their sorrows. Know these myths as your own. Look for what ties them to your own cherishing and your sense of aliveness. Let this blessing anchor you in meaning, the kind that emerges over generations of wrestling and loving, the kind that still shimmers in us as dreams. And when you awaken, you know you've had a visitation. Let the stories and songs be a spiral path you can walk, ancestral wisdom flowing forth and deepening at every turn. Learn these words, these tunes, these movements by heart. In your darkest hour, let them return to you like a summons and gift, a map to guide you home again.
Ah.